Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio this week with Preston the Sports Cheetah. NBA Finals Game 6. We're going to break it down for you right now. Preston, did you think we were going to have a Game 6 after Game 4 heading back to Golden State?
I wasn't sure, honestly. I think a lot of people were pretty certain that that was going to be the end of it, even with Draymond Green out. I personally made a play on the over 204.5. I essentially thought the number was kind of low, and when you take Draymond Green out of the equation defensively, as everyone ended up seeing, the Warriors are really, really bad behind protecting the basket. You saw LeBron and Kyrie Irving just kind of score at will in the paint. They were having to use most baits and switches on LeBron, as probably one of the last guys in the entire world you want guarding LeBron. It just was really bad for Golden State. And you figured they'd probably be able to score how they had been, more or less either way, which they did for most of the game. But anyway, it's not too surprising. I think Draymond Green gets a lot of crap because people hate his personality, but he really is a very, very valuable player to the sport of basketball. Like, he's good at it. He does a lot of little things. So we are here sitting at Game 6. If I'm a Golden State fan, I'm worried because you're probably, flipping here in Game 6. Essentially, that's what the line's telling you, or close to it. And maybe Draymond Green will be a little rusty, or maybe he'll come and be, pissed about it and show them up, and they'll win it now. But if it comes down to a Game 7 and Golden State, anything can happen in one game. It'll be exciting to watch.
Yeah, it was crazy in Game 5 that I was with you. I was on the over too. I got to the party a little bit later than you. I didn't get to 204
It shot up like crazy.
I think it actually closed at 209 and a half at some places.
That's a lot to see in a one-day move on a total in the NBA Finals.
For 3 quarters, this thing was on pace to be like 220, and then, it was...
The in-game over got up to 237 and a half. I was watching. And then the last 5:50 of the game, I think there was 2 points or something.
Nothing. So it was crazy. So anybody that really did get it late, they either lost a half point or pushed the game. It was crazy. But if you listen to the experts, the pundits, the talking heads after Game 5, I mean, hand Draymond Green the MVP. I mean, they're making that he was the entire reason that they lost the game. Now, I mean, Irving goes off for 41 in the game. I mean, LeBron got 40. You expect LeBron to come up big, but for Irving, that was the first time that we've really seen him be a dominant force, and he was hitting everything that he was putting up.
Yeah, more so than LeBron. He was hitting a lot of tough shots. I think defensively the Warriors played him pretty well, like they had most of the series, and he was just on one. I think I saw a tweet the next day that said, based on where his shots were and how contested they were over the 19 attempts or whatever it was, his true shooting percentage was like over 80%, and the average with his shot selection and how they went down would have been about half that. It was like 42% is what it should have been. So he was shooting just so well because he was just making difficult shots. So you have to credit Kyrie Irving. I really think Draymond Green does make that big of a difference defensively, though. You're not going to see Kyrie and LeBron score 40-plus each. It's funny, though. They scored 40-plus each, and it was a 6-point game with 3 minutes left, and Golden State still had a shot, and Curry missed like 3 open threes. Barnes missed 2 in a row. Clay probably missed his last few. They just rise cold from 3 when it came down to it in the fourth quarter. So even with that, the Cavs actually were in a spot where they could have lost if a couple threes go down for Golden State. So yeah, if anything, you're kind of a little worried on that side too if you're Cleveland, I think.
Well, if you look at it from that aspect, I mean, it looks like a no-brainer. Then you got Draymond Green back. You can't possibly expect Irving to have a game like he had, in the Monday night. So taking Golden State should be a slam dunk, right?
I think when you're looking at it's remarkable how well role players play at home versus away, especially in these big spots. You have a guy like Kevin Love and J.R. Smith who essentially no-showed, but luckily LeBron and Kyrie covered for him. When they go back home, those are the guys that could hit 7 threes each or something, and then they roll. And instead of Livingston and Barbosa having good games off the bench, like they do for Golden State at home, on the road they're a lot tougher. So you're going to need Clay and Draymond and Steph to score more. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a slam dunk, but there's a reason that in the first game Kerr's rotations were funky without Draymond, and now he's back, so hopefully the rotations are better. I think over the course of a season, if you played 10 games in a row without Draymond Green, you'd be okay, like getting used to that. Playing just one after playing so many with him and then back, it's kind of just like they're going to throw it out and hopefully just start fresh here in Game 6.
I was actually being sarcastic with you.
I know you were.
Yeah, because to me, this is it's just too easy for the the public thinking that way and everybody saying it that way. And in sports betting that when something seems that easy, it generally doesn't happen. And just watching it and looking at those two aspects would make you think that hey, Cleveland, they're still going to be up against it in this one, but yet. The lines makers put this one pretty much where he put the last one, and the last time on this floor, Cleveland lost to Golden State, and so they're going to be at full strength. I think it's going to be an interesting game. Cleveland will be rocking, no pun intended for, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there, but be an interesting game. And if you want to play conspiracy theory and be able to love it, Game 7 with LeBron and Curry. So it's going to be a good one. Right now, I haven't officially made a play, but if I had to, I'm leaning Cleveland at the moment.
I'm not going to be making a play at all. I'll just watch. I'm glad we got one back. I was wrong about some overs earlier in the series. We got Game 5, and I'll sit back and watch maybe a play in Game 7 if it gets there.
All right. Well, there you go. Hey, guys, check out this weekend, the weekend all access at Wager Talk. It's the best deal going Thursday through Monday. Pick your favorite capper. Get all of his plays Thursday through Monday for just $69. We do it each and every week at wagertalk.com. We'll be back with more here on Wager Talk.